I just got back here to the farm. Looking out here in the pick your own patch, you can see there's a bunch of people. There's like 4 people there, 1 guy there, 2 there, 3 there, 1 there, and 2 just coming out of the field now with hopefully full buckets. I think I see berries poking out there, but I can't tell for certain. And that lady in the back looks like she's carrying a load, so that's good. We got a lot of berries and they need to get picked off. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Broyans farm. So I decided to skip the whole berry picking process this morning just because I've been doing it every video and I wanted to change it up a little bit. And I'm starting off now in the greenhouse and I'm actually looking for my scale. I got to get some fertilizer and I don't see it. Dad must have taken it. I'm going to be mixing up a 20-10-20 fertilizer. We're out of the 17-4. Which is not ideal, but we just got to work with what we got at this point. In our greenhouses, 20-10-20 helps things to kind of grow and get bushier. Doesn't really make stuff stretch unless, you know, you put a lot of parts per million. But 17-4 more just keeps things green. And now that that's later in the season and all of our plants are kind of to about the size we want them, 17-4 is what we want to be using. But like I said, we're out. So we're just going to use the 20-10-20 at like 100, 150 parts per million. Not nothing crazy. That way we can try and keep them green without making them shoot up too much. I found the scale. Sammy's here, number 1, just starting to get stuff watered. I fertilized this greenhouse yesterday with the 20-10-20 and then I ran out. So now I'm gonna work on number 2. If you've been following along for quite a while, you'll know that we got the shed roof put on. We put this new wood up towards the peak. Never got the whole rest of the shed painted red like we wanted to. I kind of knew that wasn't gonna happen, but it was a good thought. Maybe it'll happen next year. We're just way too busy now. At least, hopefully, that primer we got on there will protect the wood and keep it from rotting for at least the next year or so until we get that on there. And so the fertilizer thing's pretty easy. Once you know how many parts per million you want to mix it at, all you gotta do is just measure it out. So I got my cup on there. That's tared. I'll get my wrapper off for this bag, and on this, I'll open this up so you can see it, is a ratio for gallons. This is for a 25-gallon bag or a 25-pound of fertilizer. This is just weight in ounces per each gallon, which is what I want. And so our injector is a 1:100. I want to mix it. I'm going to mix at 200, then I can break it down later if I want to, which is going to be 13.4 ounces per gallon. I'm going to mix up at least 2, maybe 3 gallon. So I'm going to need around 27 ounces of fertilizer for 2 gallons of water. Well, I'm already at 33 ounces, so I'm just going to go, what was it, 13.4? So 27, 40. Or right around 40. So now, all I gotta do, and there's the measurement, is, well, I'm gonna double check that. I always double check it just to be safe. 40.3. Pour that in my bucket, and then I'll mix 3 gallons of water with that. So Sammy's filling this up. You gotta tighten your thing there. To 1 gallon, and we'll do 2 more. A 1 gallon jug. Good. I ended up filling it to 4 gallons because I wanted to mix it at 150. I thought 200 was just too much. I didn't want to make anything grow in here. So now with Sammy's in number 1, I'm going to start doing number 2 here. Got the hanging baskets watering, the couple that we have left. All these tomatoes here are for the farm, and then the rest is all for retail sales at the markets. And like I've said now a couple times, hopefully within the next 3-4 times to market, we will be cleaned out. These marigolds are blooming awesome. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I can't believe I already hit 40,000 subscribers. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so we can hit 50,000. Now Sammy and I just got here to the blue shed, or actually straight out from the blue shed. Right up there is our first early season batch of cole crops. This is where plastic is going to be laid for our pickles, cucumbers, and zucchini. And then my dad just made 4 rows with the corn planter, putting fertilizer in the ground to put red beets in. And so this is what we use. Since we're not doing a large amount, this works just fine, and it actually doesn't take that long. And so how it works is this front wheel spins this, I'm going to call it a gear, turning a plate inside of here, grabbing the beans and dropping them down through the chute and into the soil. Now, you can plant many different things with this bike. You can plant beans, peas, red beets, and I'm sure other plants as well, but that's all I know at this point. And so right here is a beet plate. Now, we've kind of found out that with smaller seeds, this actually puts too many in the ground. So my dad rigged up this plate right here with tape covering every other hole. That way, we're not putting so many red beets in the ground, they're not as thick, and then they actually grow faster because they're not competing with each other. And so this will go right inside of there. You gotta line it up just like that, and then you'll tighten it down just like so, just like that. Now we're ready to go. So all I need to do is come in my beet box, and we grow a couple different varieties. This guy here is Beet Eagle Standard, and I'll just pour the seeds right inside of here and I can start rolling. So that's the seeds right there. You can see how tiny they are. That's like 25 seeds. And I'm just gonna pour them all in because I'm pretty positive I'm gonna need them all. And I'm even gonna carry my extra pack with me.
Extra pack.
Pack. And we can start rolling. Actually, I don't know. Sometimes if you're too low on seeds, it won't even plant correctly. So I'm just gonna pour more in right away. I think we have 4 different varieties for 4 different rows. So then Sammy is with me. She's the one running the camera right now. So she'll carry this plate, the extra seed, and even another kind of seed. That way we can get back up the row. So you can't obviously use this in hard soil. It has to be tilled up. And like I said, Dad already came through here and made a nice row. So basically, just like when we're planting anything else like peppers, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, whatever it may be, I want to follow that fertilizer row. That way the plant has a running start basically. And so obviously we have rockier soil than most. So I want to make sure I keep that bike firmly in the ground. That way the seed doesn't jump out and it's constantly planting. Like right there, I just grabbed a big rock with my chain. I'll just flip that out of there and keep rolling. There's another big rock. Believe it or not, this is actually really nice soil compared to what we're usually planting into. So I just kind of keep a hand further down on the bike, keeping pressure down. Right here, I'm coming up on a big rock. I'll just stop and flip it out of the way. Another big rock. Boy, I'm really hitting the rocks now. Sometimes if the rock is buried, I'll just kind of restart off to the side instead of trying to fight with it.
That looks funny.
It's the next day. We just got set up here at the Blue Ridge Flea Market in Saylorsburg. Still trying to get some things organized. Sammy's putting out some prices. This is just extra flats we have that we couldn't fit out in the main area. Set it up basically just like we normally do. The only difference is this is basically the last of a lot of things. For sure, we just made the decision that next week here will be our last. We probably won't have quite the variety that we do today, but it'll be good enough, or at least enough, to, you know, make it worth coming. And some people wait to buy, so that's why Sammy's making prices and signs saying that next week will be our last, you know, buy now. We're having a sale on our marigolds just because we have a lot of them. So that's basically just like our special table right there in the middle. And so hopefully we have a great day. So we're a little over halfway through the day. We still have some extras on here. Not a lot. It's going very well. Like I said before, we had a ton out here. And so it doesn't look like we sold a lot, but it seems like we've been busy all day long.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I got 4. You want 4 for 12? I got 12. Whatever you get for your parents. Yeah, that's good. You know what? I got it in my wallet. You're right here on the way out, right? No. And I have a grape tomato. You want a grape tomato? Okay. It's just very like that. Eat them like that. They're $2.25, 21 flat. Yeah. They're 20. What?
Yeah, no.
So these are 4 for 12. And these are 3.
The new guineas are 20.
What's that?
New guineas.
That's everything?
Yeah.
Did you want some tomato plants on? This is the end of them for the season. And I think your son likes grape tomatoes.
Does he? I have them. Well, they're pretty cool.
Want a grape tomato?
How much?
They're $3 for the pot.
$3?
Yeah.
15.
Where are we gonna put it? In the back by the him. Okay, this doesn't get a lot of slogan. Yeah, I was gonna say we can put it in the farm.
You want an early girl too?
We're debating if they even want this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants it. You can't eat. She loves tomatoes.
I do. You know what I mean?
So we're just finishing up the day. I actually had a way better day than what I thought we were gonna have. Again, still kind of looks full, but just knowing what we brought and what we sold, I can tell you it was a good day. Not much left of a couple things that I thought we were gonna have a lot of, like sunflowers. They are completely gone. Tomatoes, not much left of them. We sold all of our perennial flowers today. Sold more marigolds than I was thinking we were gonna sell. The only thing that's not selling great, which I kind of expected, is the peppers and tomatoes. Most people already have their gardens planted with that kind of stuff. And really the only thing they're buying now is maybe a plant here or there that a groundhog or a deer chewed off. But regardless, we're gonna start loading. So I'm gonna get up here on the truck and start organizing so they can start handing me flats. So next day, we obviously got home from market. Just basically opened the truck door and let it sit for the night because we didn't want to work any more than we had to on a Sunday. And so first things first, we got to get this unloaded, get that stuff watered. We always water enough to obviously keep things nice and healthy, but we don't water a ton because we have to keep getting jugs of water and it just makes it a real big nuisance. So we like to get the truck unloaded, get stuff watered, and then get on with our day, which today, what we're gonna be getting on with is laying plastic. Dad's been getting ready for the past couple days, fertilizing and tilling everything, prepping it. Dad's out chisel plowing. Ground is wet, but not too wet. Well, it's actually pretty wet. You can make a ball out of that. and now today is finally the day. Sammy has to go to the pharmacy around like 2 o'clock, so she has to be done around 12:30, 1 o'clock, meaning that we gotta get started and get as much done before she has to leave. So now Mom and Sammy have gotten here. Sammy's working on unloading the truck, and I'm gonna help her, at least for a little bit. I don't wanna water the greenhouse until everything's in there. That way I know exactly what I have watered and what I have not. So we're over 3/4 of the way done. Now we're gonna unload some of this stuff into number 1, and then it's off to line plastic. That's what I'm calling it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember it ain't much, but it's honest work.